Hello there, everybody. As always, I am the Gentleman Snark. We've been changing a few formats up on the show recently. Now let's just jump right into this. As I wish to get into, there's been a lot of very interesting news that's been popping up as of this week. For starters, the new Power Rangers film cast has been expanding quite a bit this week. We've already gotten 3 more casts on top of the Naomi Scott being Pink Ranger. So we have Dark Montgomery as the Red Ranger. And all of these has been officially released on the Instagram account for the new Power Rangers film, which very interestingly enough. So Mr. Montgomery has also been previously starred in the Burt Rand the Terrible short as Fred. So for those of you who have seen it, probably are familiar with how this man is able to work, and he'll be playing the Red Ranger. Next we have Ludi Lin, who is going to be playing the Black Ranger. He's also been known to be playing as the Wind Magician in the Chinese film Monster Hunt. So once again, actors don't seem to be widely known and possibly have done like a bit of small work out there, but hopefully they'll be able to really take on these iconic roles and really make them work and shine. And lastly, we have the most recent announcement to the cast. We have RJ Siler, who's going to be playing the Blue Ranger. And apparently he has been known to play as Earl in the Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. So, a lot of interesting cast members there. We don't know too much about them, but it will be interesting to see how well they come together in this movie. So far, we already have 4 announcements left of the cast in the Power Rangers movie, and we have 1 more left. So, very interesting to see who the last one we're going to see to play the role of the Yellow Ranger. Once again, this is the Power Rangers film that's going to be slated for January 13th, 2017. So far, the hype seems to be pretty real for this movie, and I'm very much looking forward to when it finally is going to be released out there. So, hope we're in a treat for a fantastic movie. Speaking of movies, Hamatora is going to be getting a film called FW Hamatora. There has been a theatrical preview that's been streamed by Avex Pictures, and basically it's going to be kind of an anime collage where they compile all the 24 episodes of Hamatora and Re-Hamatora into this movie adaptation, which is more of an Attack on Titan thing and how they basically put all the episodes in together to make a movie. Personally, I am not sure how this would work since Hamatora it seems to be very popular, but personally, as a person who has watched both seasons, I don't see what's the real hype for this movie. I mean, it's just going to seem to be a simple retelling. However, there will be some new additions, such as going to be additional narrations featuring Nice, the main character of the show. So it seems that we will be getting different perspectives of certain characters during the events of what happened in this film. It is slated for November 14th on Japan, so I'm kind of iffy on this. This could be either or on how well or good this will do, because for those who have actually seen the endings to both of those series, it was kind of a what the heck is going on type of thing. I mean, I don't know, it's one of those series you just gotta take with a grain of salt, in my personal opinion. Not bad by any means, but honestly not all that good, basically deserving of a theatrical retelling of the entire story. But we'll hopefully segue to a potential season 3 just for the fans to get a kick out of it, perhaps? Speaking of season 3s, RWBY Volume 3 trailer has finally been released this week, and it's available on our Twitter page, so feel free to check it out. And by all means, the trailer looks absolutely amazing. The opening sequence and this music is beautiful as always, and interestingly enough, it's going to be coming out, RWBY Volume 3 will be coming out on October 24th, that's a Saturday, at 1 p.m. So be sure to check out Rooster the Teeth on YouTube to catch all that. But while we're on the subject of RWBY, it has also been announced in the official Japanese website for the RWBY project that there will be a manga adaptation of RWBY, and it's going to be created by Shiro Miwa, who's also the creator of the Dogs manga. And very interestingly, the manga is set to be a prequel story that's going to be focusing on the 4 girls of Team RWBY, and it's going to be like basically kind of like before they really enroll in the Beacon Academy. And apparently this manga's original story is supposed to reveal these hidden truth or the hidden mystery within all the trailers of before. So that's very interesting. Like, what type of hidden mystery is within those trailers? I guess we'll only know when the manga comes out. Speaking of which, the series is set to debut on November 19th in Ultra Jump magazine, so for all you folks out there, feel free to go check that out. Speaking of manga news, Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia as it's called in the States, has been getting a lot of love this week and is potentially going to get even more love next week. The Toho production company has registered the domain name for heroaka.com, and even more interesting, the creator of Boku no Hero Academia is also going to be creating a spin-off manga that's going to be called Boku no Hero Academia Smash. And that is going to be set to air in the Jump Plus digital app and also in Weekly Shonen Jump. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this new spin-off series is going to be working out here. And also, My Hero Academia is also going to be getting a special announcement to come off next week. And it's going to be super, super, super important. So a lot of people are speculating whether or not that Boku no Hero Academia is going to be getting an anime, which would be very, very, very soon. I mean, don't get me wrong. Boku no Hero Academia is been a very awesome shonen series. A lot of people have been clamoring for more. Even I myself am an avid fan of it. However, would agree that we would probably be a lot better just to have at least maybe a few hundred chapters before talks of an anime really get out there. So I'm not sure what this important announcement may be. I mean, personally, if it's an anime, that would be ideally fine. But because of the lack of material, I don't think we'll be getting, depending on who takes up the project, we'll be getting a good anime adaptation. And even if a good studio like Studio Madhouse were to take it, because of so little material, even their hands might be tied in order for how they're going to produce this wonderful piece of work. So there's that. And now we're going to be going on to the chapter review of Boku no Hero Academia. That's right, you heard me. So, I mean, normally we would do only One Piece reviews, but since we're going to be doing, 2 separate vids a week, I decided let's throw in this just for the heck of it. So, in this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, spoilers by the way, for those who have not read it as of yet, to put it shortly, Team Todoroki beats Aizawa Sensei in the exam. So, very interesting to see. It was, I believe her name was Yazuro, or something of that equivalent. Apparently, she finally gained confidence and came up with a very almost foolproof plan to stop Aizawa in his tracks. It looked very difficult and very strenuous, and we see Todoroki, the main person to be expected to be the leader of this team. He took a bit of a back seat and mainly just followed orders, while the girl was on the ball with all of her plans. She planned everything down to the letter. Sure, she had a bit of a slip up when she finally decided to catch Aizawa at the last second, but everything managed to work out fine in the end. So we all know that Todoroki's team is obviously past this exam, so they're going to be moving on. However, it seems that with all the other students going against the other teachers, they're not doing very well. Very interestingly, especially when Grape Boy taking on that, it's a bit of a mess out there. And even worse in how All Might is completely pwning both Bakugo and Izuku. It's not looking good for them, folks. And it makes me wonder will Bakugo and Izuku's relationship actually, take a turn for the better after this? Personally, I kind of doubt it. I mean, it might lay the groundwork for future development between those two, but personally, they still got a long ways to go, a very long ways to go. And for a lot of people are complaining that Bakugo is too much of a jerk. And while I'll give him that, also got to think that Izuku is a bit too much of a pushover because he has one of all quirk. And it has been shown that if he were to really unleash that, he could decimate Bakugo. Mind you, he'd break his arm, but if Izuku was to stand up for himself and actually grow a backbone, maybe who knows, Bakugo would either respect him more or maybe back off a bit. I don't know. I'm thinking that it's not just Bakugo is the only vice in that little relationship. I think Izuku needs to stand up for himself and actually grow a backbone a bit more. Especially during the fight when they actually did confront All Might in the exam, it was mostly Izuku who was stating run, 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 while Bakugo wanted to stay and fight. Now, mind you, while I don't think Izuku's foresight into running away was bad, I don't think just blindly running away from All Might, who has been shown to run at incredible speeds, was the best plan out there. And what's even worse, as we see in the last panel of this chapter, we see that apparently the explosive gauntlet that I believe Izuku was wearing, that got broken. So they're only working with one, and out of all of their attacks, that was the only one that actually managed to wound All Might. So those two really gonna have their work cut out for them if they're trying to pass this exam. Because it serves even when they try to work together, it's still not good enough. But then again, that's a symbol of peace for you folks. Now, to finish off with this week's show, how about we talk about that One Piece chapter? Interestingly enough, oh yes, and spoilers, by the way, for those of you who have not caught up with the manga or are anime-only viewers. 1, 2, 3, let's get started. So, 805, we start off with a cover page of Ace, Sabo, and Luffy playing baseball. So it's a very nice picture of the brothers just calmly playing together. This will be the second picture of them actually as adults. So yeah, nice to see there. But to get actually into the chapter, we are finally on our way to Zou on top of the elephant. And while they're on top of the dragon, or Ryunosuke as they lovingly called it, apparently a monkey had just fell down and seemed to have knocked off both Kinemon and Kanjuro. They both were knocked off and fell when plummeting down into the island here. So apparently they're fine, but there's been hints that maybe that monkey was actually their ninja friend Raizaro. I believe that's how you say his name. Or Raizaro would be a better one. I'm not sure if the monkey really is their companion, but if so, very odd. A lot of questions there. When they were knocked down, Luffy and the others were willing to wait for them, but they kept urging them to go on ahead. So I wonder if some surprise comeback, as in like some random plot twist, is gonna happen with those three. Not too sure there, but now getting onto the island, a little bit of comedy ensues when we see Ryunosuke, the little dragon that could, is trying to climb up there and take them on top into Zou. When they finally make it, the dragon is going to turn back into a painting, and we see Robin actually crying. So honestly, this is probably the most emotion we've ever seen Robin exude. Pretty much second from the Enies Lobbies arc, when she completely bawled her eyes out, and this one we see her crying, even laying down flowers to where the dragon painting is. So very interesting Robin comedy there. Now, more onto the actual island itself. Like, it's been hinted before that this island is going to be based around an ancient civilization of sorts. And we already see Luffy being Luffy, just casually going all over the place, just randomly exploring. That's Luffy for you. But more importantly, based on the island, it seems it's been a complete train wreck, like an all-out war of some kind has happened. Law has even stated that there was a door hinge, and it was completely like busted through completely. So like a lot of speculations as to like what actually is going on in that island. Is there an enemy there? Is there like a war seems to be going on? And as we like further go throughout the island, apparently Zoro gets into a bit of a tussle with a mink, because it seems that the civilization on that island is going to be called the Mink tribe. So Zoro gets into a bit of a tussle with a mink, I suppose, a humanoid mink, and it seems not only was she able to effortlessly dodge one of Zoro's slash, which is very impressive, she also was able to clash, and the way the clash looked on the panel makes me wonder if this mink tribe is specialized in some sort of haki of some sort, because we've all, like in the world of One Piece, any special tribe we have seen for the most part is usually specialized in some type of special form of either haki or some other ability. Like, for example, the folks in Skypiea were usually masters of the observation haki, and we have the Amazon Lily tribe. They were also excellent in the armament haki as well. So it makes me wonder, do these minks know haki? Because the way the clash looked when she clashed with Zoro's sword makes it look as if they were both clashing with armament haki. So very interesting to see how strong this mink tribe really is. At the last panel, we see another mink telling her to back off and to go more to the other cohorts because they have to deal with other intruders there that seem to be causing an even bigger ruckus, and she seems to be wearing Nami's outfit. Now, a lot of people wanted to speculate or troll that, oh, Nami found a devil fruit, and now that's what she turned into a mink. Obviously, troll is obvious, but more to the point, it seems that they could have just stolen the clothes, because when we saw Sanji and the others for the first part after the Dressrosa arc, we already see them, they were all wearing different types of clothing. So it's more likely that their main clothing that we usually see them in was stolen. And it could also make more sense as they weren't exactly near the Sunny at that point, so it's anyone's guess where the rest of the Straw Hats are and what exactly is happening to them. Chances are, in the next chapter, we may see them, and that's probably where the Mink tribes are actually trying to go in terms of to fend off the intruders. Maybe it could be Sanji and the others. A lot of people are speculating that it could be the Whitebeard Jr., air quotes, has found a way to manage to make it on the island. So already, right off the bat, we might already get to see a major fight, which very interesting, and I'm very curious to see how that would pan out. Very curious to see how this would pan out. So, yes, this chapter of One Piece was very excellent, very solid, very interesting read. I can't wait for next week's chapter. I'm really curious as to the whole lore of the Mink tribes, because this arc seems to be that this may be a bit of a short arc, but then again, there's a lot of things that it says that it might not be, because we're dealing with an ancient civilization, so possibility of us seeing a poneglyph for Robin to examine is extremely high as well. So like I said, a lot of speculations out there for what this arc can hold. I'm looking forward to it, and I really want to see what they're able to do with this. I really want to hear some more exposition of the Mink tribes, because hopefully they'll be 1,000 times better than the Tontatas. So that's it for me on this chapter review and for the rest of this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all of your otaku and nerd news out there. And as always, I am the Gentleman Snark. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a lovely week. See ya!